This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top story, a huge step forward in the effort to convince the Atlanta Braves to move its spring training to the Suncoast.
The Suncoast already hosts spring training for two major league teams, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Baltimore Orioles. Both teams spend months on the Suncoast with practices and games attracting baseball fans from all over the country. Now a third team could soon be on the way. ABC7's Ray Collins is joining us live from Sarasota County, where negotiations stand now. Let's take a look. Ray.
Haley and Scott, certainly big news for baseball fans here on the Suncoast of Florida. We found out late this afternoon that the Atlanta Braves are now talking exclusively with Sarasota County. They were talking to Naples and Palm Beach. They are no longer in the equation. Now it's just Sarasota County. Specifically, Northport, the West Villages, in fact, is where they could start playing ball as soon as 2019, building a 7,000-seat stadium and complex there in the West Villages. I asked the county point man why this would be appealing and attractive for Sarasota County.
It's appealing because there are only 30 of these franchises in existence. A limited number of them in the state of Florida, as you know, and for us now to have two of them in our community will benefit us exponentially, especially in the area of the county that we are targeting for this franchise to land. So we think the impact will be great for us, especially in that part of the county.
So what's next? A week from today, the county negotiators and some senior Braves officials will be here at the county administration building briefing county commissioners on the negotiations. And if all goes well, they'll start playing ball here in 2 years. That is, if things go well. Haley, back to you.
And Ray, why would Northport be appealing to the Braves?
Well, the Braves are currently training in Central Florida in Disney, and all other teams besides the Tigers and Lakeland have left that area. So if they were to come here, they'd be around so many more teams. Fort Myers has the Red Sox and the Twins. Of course, Charlotte County has the Rays. Sarasota County has the Orioles. And of course, the Pirates are in Bradenton. So there's many more teams within a short drive than where they are currently in Disney. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Now to an investigation into the death of an infant in Northport. Police are charging the boy's grandmother in the death. 44-year-old Robin Lee Florend is charged with aggravated manslaughter. Police say the charges are the result of a lengthy investigation into the death of 4-month-old Anakin David James Ennis. The child died on November 16th at his home on Traverse Avenue. Police say Florend left the baby in a bathtub unsupervised for nearly 10 minutes. The child was found face down in a few inches of water, unresponsive. A neighbor helped give CPR before he was rushed to the hospital, where he later died. Police say methamphetamine was found in the bathroom and Florend tested positive for the drug.
A follow-up now in the search for a suspect wanted in a double murder. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office releasing video now of the suspect's vehicle. Investigators say a man was seen leaving the scene where the bodies of 27-year-old LaShawna Weeks and 32-year-old Barry Joseph were found last Friday. Deputy believe the victims were targeted. The suspect's car is described as a dark blue or black compact vehicle. Anyone with information on the suspect or this vehicle can call the Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS.
Sarasota police are releasing surveillance pictures in hopes of finding an art thief. Police say on December 12th, two men walked into Art Avenue in Westfield Southgate Mall. They took two paintings off of the walls without paying for them. Those paintings are valued at approximately $7,500. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 366-TIPS.
It's been 1 year since tornadoes killed 2 people and devastated parts of the Suncoast. Life is now back to normal for most people who lived through that frightening event. On Bay Winds Lane in Sarasota, neighbors say it's business as usual, other than a house that's no longer there after being torn apart in the tornado. The other homes damaged by the twister are now good as new. The Excelsior condos on Siesta Key experienced more than $3 million in damage after a roof tore off one of the buildings. Its general manager says most repairs have been made and residents who were displaced are now back in their condos.
Feels good to be done with it. Initially we thought, we were going to be done sooner, but things don't happen construction-wise like we anticipate. And I feel pretty good that even though it has been a year, that we're pretty well wrapped up.
Tornado displaced more than 60 people who live at Excelsior. It took many of them anywhere from 7 to 10 months to get back to their units. Of course, the same tornado system killed a couple that lived in Duet in East Manatee County. So it was a night few of us will ever forget because it was scary.
Especially Bob, who was here all throughout the night reporting and following every step of those storms.
Yeah, it was an amazing night. Really, the tornadoes, the intensity of the tornadoes, what was so amazing, 120 to 130 mile-an-hour winds at times with these tornadoes. Typically, our tornadoes are very small, but they were enhanced last winter due to El Nino, which was around, and we were covering those tornadoes at about 1:30 in the morning all the way up until about 6 a.m. and it was a night of very significant weather here along the west coast of Florida, but a different story this afternoon. Lots of sunshine, but there is another storm system developing, and it is over Texas right now. This area of low pressure will swing a cold front our way, and there is a potential to see some rough weather and the possibility of some thunderstorms. That'll happen Sunday night and Monday morning, so we'll be here checking that out as well. 75 right now, sunshine. The dew point is at 58, the humidity at 55%, winds are out of the southwest at 7, and the pressure is still high at 30-19. More in our forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Scientists from Mote Marine Lab in Sarasota are working with other researchers to find out what caused the largest mass stranding of a dolphin species in U.S. history. Rescue teams are on standby in case more dolphins are spotted in the shallow waters of the Everglades. According to Mote Marine, a total of 95 false killer whales were stranded. 74 died on their own, and 10 others had to be euthanized because they could not be rehabilitated. The Coast Guard first spotted these large black dolphins Saturday in the Gulf of Mexico. Officials with NOAA say more than a dozen more dolphins were spotted over the weekend off of Hog Key, but have not yet been found. False killer whales usually swim in large groups, but are typically found pretty far offshore. Scientists at Mote are helping recover these dolphins and are hopeful the deaths will provide useful information about the species.
Well, it was really hard and sad to lose so many animals. The fact that we're going to be able to learn things about their life history and things that we've never known about these creatures is pretty remarkable. Will hopefully, be used to help the ones that are still out there.
Necropsies will be performed on the dead dolphins, but it will likely be weeks before the results are released.
As news continues to spread about Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus closing later this year, some are more affected than others. For many in the Venice area, the circus is a way of life. ABC7's Christopher Bradley has their reaction to the news.
The news of the circus closing has hit terribly hard for Tito Gaiano. For over 40 years, he and his family have performed for the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey.
P.T. Barnum, if he would right now wake up, he'd die again right away.
Trapezist Tito Gaiano was in the audience at the circus in Miami on Sunday when the news was announced.
They announced then that night, after the show, they're having a meeting. Soon as I got out to leave, I had a phone call, and it didn't even take 10 minutes.
Gaiano felt like his whole world had been crushed. His family has been with the Ringling Brothers Circus since 1966.
Generations of young families and the baby boomers grew up with the Ringling Brothers.
The city of Venice also grew up with the circus. In 1971, the trains first arrived, making Venice their winter home. Right now, one of those trains is being restored to its former glory. This old building by the Venice airport was the circus building. It was torn down in 2013, and Venice's director of historical resources worries that much of Venice's circus history will be forgotten.
It's one of the things that really makes Venice what Venice is today. And if we forget our history and we forget our past, we don't have history for the future.
No chance of that happening for Gaiano. As for why the curtains are closing for the final time, Gaiano says it started with the elephants being removed from the circus acts.
I saw love. You have to be lovable to your animals. And the elephants, the lions, the tigers, I mean, you love a horse, you got to love a lion.
Gaiano has also called on people to support the circus. He said he hopes this is only a temporary setback and that the circus will be back up and running. In Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Christopher. And ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. It was, Richard, a down day on Wall Street from start to finish.
Haley, you've got it exactly right. And frankly, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which had a fabulous run post-election, now has been down 5 out of the last 6 days. The NASDAQ, which has been setting records every day, today showed its biggest drop for 2017. So it was a seller's day kind of across the board. And surprisingly, a number of banks announced very strong earnings, and those two went down. There you go. Welcome to my world. Let's take a look at the final numbers. There you see the Dow fell by almost 59 points, exactly 0.3%, closing at 19,826.77. That on volume of 696 million shares. The NASDAQ, as I say, setting records daily, but not today, down by over 0.6%, more than 35 points, closing at 5,538.73. That on volume of 1,702 million shares. And the S&P down exactly the same percentage as the Dow Jones Industrial Average, 0.3%, not quite 7 points at 2,267.89. Well, despite the down day, shares of Walmart were up by 2% after the company said it will be adding 10,000 jobs in the United States this year. Part of the reason, of course, is they're going to be opening 59 new stores, and they're going to be aggressively adding to their e-commerce online business. The result of that, 10,000 new jobs. Also, 24,000 jobs are going to be used in relation to building those new stores. So certainly Walmart is doing its best to get the economy up and running as fast as they can. And in addition to that, Walmart said it is going to be running academies for its employees. Some of them will run up to 6 weeks long, allowing their employees to become expert in the areas of the store that they cover.
And then, Richard, one last call to your investment workshop.
Scott, you're exactly right. It's the day after tomorrow, Thursday, and time is drawing short, but certainly we'd love to have a few more people. Feel free to give us a call. What investors need to know. That's Thursday the 19th, the day after tomorrow at 1:30, 906-2847. Again, 906-2847. We'd love to have you come out.
And a nice tie he's got on today. Did you see that?
I know. I wonder what's that for. Or what is that for, Richard? I'm
Well,
thinking,
it might
football?
might be a Green Bay Packer tie, and I was thinking, you know, if they win on Sunday, I just may wear a cheesehead next week.
Yeah, you might have to go all out at that point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Good luck to you. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks.
Still to come in your Suncoast News, a goal to bring some love to local veterans, how you can help make sure our military men and women get a Valentine this year.
And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast. Plus, why being a fan of Superman may not be the best thing for children. We'll explain in Health Smart.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State. With the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games, everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
So get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
A local group of women believes everyone should get a Valentine this year, especially those who have served or are serving our country.
ABC7's Jacqueline Matter has more on their initiative.
It's a labor of respect that has one group of women hoping you'll join them to spread a simple message of love, compassion, or even just a thank you for our nation's heroes.
To feel absolutely special and to feel absolutely loved and know that they are not forgotten, no matter how many years ago it has been that they served our country or how many days ago that they have come home.
The Women on the Go organization is hoping to collect nearly 3,000 sparkly pink and red homemade or store-bought Valentines to hand out to veterans here on the Suncoast this February. The organizer of the event, Deb Marquis, says the cards might seem like a simple gesture, but for the men and women who have sacrificed so much for our country, these cards can mean a lot.
When they come home, they suffer a lot of disabilities, and some of them are mental and some of them are physical. Many of the veterans in the hospitals, that is their home.
Now a new generation beginning to understand, as one card reads, "Thank you for your bravery and courage in the war. Without your courageous acts, we may not be here today." That's why Marquis is asking for your help to give Valentines to veterans.
You can get with your grandchildren or your Girl Scouts or your church organizations or your businesses and buy some construction paper and write Happy Valentine's Day. Of course, you can just simply put "Thank you for your service."
Here are some things to remember when writing your Valentine. Be sure to include a special message and sign your name on the Valentine, but don't include your last name or address. Do address the Valentine to a service member, but not to anyone specific. Also, don't worry about putting your Valentine in an envelope or sealing it. That will be taken care of before being handed out. In Sarasota, Jacqueline Matter, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jacqueline. You have until January 31st to mail or drop off your Valentine's cards at Grace Community Church in Lakewood Ranch, or just visit mysuncoast.com. We've got a list of veterans hospitals in the area where you can send those cards to. We know they'll be much appreciated.
They surely will.
Yeah,
great
gesture.
effort.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at not nearly as violent of weather that we saw this time a year ago today. You know, we talked about that earlier. This is the anniversary of the biggest outbreak that I can remember in my career, 31 years, of tornadoes that hit Siesta Key and then eventually went on to hit Manatee County as well up near DeWitt. The tornadoes were EF2s. Now that means winds in excess of 111 miles an hour. And, you know, if you look at the hurricane force winds, that can be a, Category 3 hurricane as well. So, yes, nothing like that now, but I must warn folks that there is a chance we could see some rough weather and the possibility of some severe storms right now. And that'll happen Sunday night, Monday morning. Yes, it always seems to happen during the morning hours, doesn't it? Van Wezel webcam showing no storms around now, some high clouds. And a little sundog to the right there you can see as a result of the cirrus clouds that are moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. And the satellite and radar review, not a lot happening right now. High pressure continues to dominate the weather off the East Coast right now, and that provides us with that east to southeasterly wind flow, and that component is warming things up today. Highs were into the upper 70s to low 80s. But what's happening is that this front has come down. It's stationary, and along this stationary front, an area of low pressure will develop, and eventually this low will move off to the northeast, but it will sweep a cold front our way and it'll bring us back to more average temperatures by Monday. This looks like rain, but it's not. Military exercises, occasionally we see this every so often going on off the Keys right now. This is military chef, and what happens is they put this out there to disguise the whatever it may be, ships or planes from the radar. And that is doing a pretty good job right now because our radar is picking it up from Key West right now. And so no rain around here, although it looks like rain. It's not. There were a few very light rain showers well to the east of our area. That has since moved on. 75 comfortable degrees right now, clear skies for the most part. Just the high cirrus clouds around. Humidity at 55%. Winds are out of the southwest at 7. Temperatures currently in the 80s to upper 70s to even low 70s right on the water. 73 in Cortez. The Gulf water temperature now is 67. 74 now, just changed. In Venice, 77 in Northport, 80 in Punta Gorda, and 80 in Lake Placid. Well, the hourly forecast tomorrow still calling for above average temperatures. We'll see some fog around to start the morning off, but not to worry for you folks wanting to go to the beach, get some sun. Should be okay, upper 70s. Make sure you put on the sunscreen, though. It's going to be fairly high as far as the UV index goes. Well, that winter storm ice maker is winding down, but still into upstate New York, stretching off into Vermont and some snow in New Hampshire, extending down into Massachusetts as well as portions of Connecticut out to the west. Just some snow and mixture of rain and some sleet as well into northeastern portions of Iowa and southern sections of Wisconsin. But the big story is this massive winter storm, which is going to move on shore once again over California, Washington, and Oregon. And they're going to see, could be up to 14 to 15 inches of snow, but even some higher elevations could see measure it in feet. As far as seas go, southeast winds to turn to the southwest at 10 knots. Seas will be 2 feet or less with a light chop in the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 67. And the tides upcoming for Sarasota Bay, low tide will be at 9:47 and a high tide at 2:51. Tonight, warm, partly cloudy, patchy fog, 58 for your low. And then the extended forecast calls for nice weather, warm temperatures all the way through Sunday. You'll notice that 70% chance for showers and storms mainly Sunday night and Monday morning. And then we get back to cooler weather on Monday and Tuesday. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, no crashes in the area, but we are seeing traffic backed up once again on I-75 in Sarasota County. This is the northbound lanes right just south of Fruitville Road and then heading north towards University. Slow going in that area. Haley.
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, exercise has been shown to prevent heart disease, diabetes, and even an early death. And now evidence that you don't even have to do it every day. In a study published in JAMA Internal Medicine, people who said they exercised only 1 or 2 days a week lowered their risk of dying early from any cause by 30 to 34%, compared to people who were inactive. For people who exercised most days of the week, it really wasn't much different. They lowered their risk by 35%. The study also found both groups lowered their risk of dying from cancer by 18 to 21% compared to those who didn't work out. Could your child's love for Superman be a problem? Researchers with Brigham Young University questioned preschoolers and parents. They found that kids who were more engaged with superheroes were more likely to be physically and verbally aggressive, and children were not found to be emulating superheroes in positive ways, like defending others. Researchers say this may be because superhero movies and shows have complex storylines that interweave violence and positive behavior, but preschoolers are unable to pick out that wider moral message. Coming up, the tweet that led to a firing, what one school district employee did that cost her her job. And a scary scene in a gym, what could have caused this roof to come crashing down. That's next.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. back. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough and have plenty of power to handle any job with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Some incredible rescue efforts in the Tampa Bay area to help a little girl who became stuck in a chimney. Clearwater Fire and Rescue received a call yesterday that the 8-year-old had fallen and got stuck in the chimney of a vacant house. Firefighters had to chip away part of the chimney to get her out. It took them about half an hour to get her out of there. Other than a bruised knee, she was okay. Fire officials say the girl initially climbed onto the roof by shimmying up a pole at the back of the home and then sliding to the bottom of the chimney. But the chimney did not have an unusual opening at the bottom inside of the home. A lighthearted tweet results in a Maryland school employee losing her job. Katie Nash ran the Twitter account for a school district in Maryland. On January 5th, a student tweeted to the account asking that schools be closed tomorrow because of a possible snow day. But the student had misspelled the word tomorrow. Nash responded from the district's account saying, quote, "But then how would you learn how to spell tomorrow?" with a smiley face. Well, Nash was fired a week after that. Some students think her punishment was too harsh.
I think FCPS handled it as if she was bullying the kid, which wasn't the case. I mean, she didn't attack him personally.
The father of the student that Nash replied to in that tweet says he supports her and is appreciative of what she did.
Terrifying moments in the Czech Republic when a gym roof collapses. It happened during a youth floorball game. This is when the game suddenly came to an end, as you can see here, because this is what happened. They saw the roof crashing down on them. About 80 people made it out safely. Only 2 people received minor injuries. The building was newly built and the roof was reportedly covered with snow, which could have caused the collapse. And still to come on your Suncoast News, less debt for college students.
Closer look at Governor Scott's plan to make college more affordable. That story coming up next.
Top Dog 2017, benefiting Dante's Den, is the Carnival of Dogs. Join us at the Francis for an evening of great food and fun as dogs compete for the title of Top Dog. Grab your pooch and head out to Top Dog Saturday, February 4th at 6:30 p.m.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99. And it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now and you can double your offer. Get a second couch coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Thinking about having surgery can be a scary thing.
Take somebody who's in severe pain, bring them in, take good care of them, and then get them out and back to their life is huge. We focus on minimally invasive approaches when possible, and oftentimes people can be back up on their feet in a day or two with a whole lot less pain than before surgery. We fix people's lives. We do.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
That will look great on you. Every time you shop here, you have the power to change lives.
Does she work here?
No, she's just a proud supporter of Goodwill.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.